Okay, we're now doing this octopus in 2 parts because I accidentally pushed delete instead of record. So this is the second part. I've done, as you can see, I've got 8 rows. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I need to do 9. So I'm going to video doing the 9th row. I'll get rid of my stitch marker and I'm slip stitching into here. And then I'm going to do my first single crochet into here. And I'm going to put my stitch marker in there. Just using a stitch marker because it's a bit hard to see with this fluffy yarn where you start and finish sometimes. So now I've got 1 stitch, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Now I have my 9 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to slip stitch to join this, and I am going to do round 10. Round 10 is a decrease round. So I slip stitch into there where my stitch marker is, close that off, and then I'm going to show you how to do a decrease. So we're going back to 18 stitch count this round. So I'm going to do a single crochet into my first stitch and pop my stitch marker in. Just like that, and now I'm going to do a decrease. So in my next stitch, I'm going to go insert, pull up a loop, and instead of finishing my single crochet, I'm going to insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop. So I'm in 2 stitches here, and I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So what I'm doing is combining these 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So 1, 2, into 1. And then I'm going to do a single crochet, and then in my next one I'm going to do a decrease again, and then a single crochet and a decrease. I'll show you the decrease one more time. So insert your hook and pull up a loop, and then insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop, and 3 loops on, yarn over and pull through. And you're doing that all the way around. So you're doing a single crochet, a decrease, a single crochet, a decrease, until you get back to where you started, and you should finish on a decrease. Decrease. Oh, it's hard on your hands. A single crochet and a decrease. And a single crochet and a decrease. finishing on a decrease. Beautiful. Now, this is my 10 rounds, and you can see I will just slip stitch into here to close this round off, and then I will show you. You can see my little octopus is now nice and round. This sort of stitch is what you use for a lot of amigurumi, like the increasing and the decreasing, to make circles. Now here I am going to stop and put his little eyes on. So I'm going to push him flat. Here's my front. This is my back because that's where my seam is. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my safety eyes. And now, once you've put your safety eyes on, you can't move them once you've clipped the little backs on. There, that's the safety eye, and that's the back. So once you clip this part on, you can't move it. That is the whole point of them. So I normally go sort of around here, center them up, oops, and play around with where you like it. Is that right? Maybe that's a little too close together. Maybe I'll move them out one. How are we looking? And then kind of just play around with it. Maybe that's too far apart now. Very indecisive. I think that looks right. I'm happy with that. So these go this way and you push it through. So like this, you got your little pokey bit of your safety eye there. These have got ridges on them, and you clip that down and it's connected. I pushed that too hard and it came out. There we go. So make sure you're in the stitch and then pop your safety eye on. Oh, I'm trying to clip that on. There we go. And I'm going to give him a little bit of a stuffing now as well. Just easier to fill and safety eyes in before you get too far. You can do your safety eyes once you've done the tentacles and fill it once you've done it. This is just how I always do it, so I'm just continuing to do it how I always do it. And then he's sort of filled. I might fill him a bit more. I'll see when I get to my tentacles. I'm just pushing the stuffing in a little bit and seeing how he looks. He looks okay to me. I'm going to continue now with my tentacles. So to do the tentacles, we work them in the front loop only. So this is a bit tricky, but if you can see here, this is a stitch. I've got a front loop here. Here is my front loop, and here is my back loop. So I'm only working in this one here on this round. So I'm going to get rid of this stitch marker at the moment, and I'm going to put my hook into the front loop only. So there's my back loop, there's my front loop, and I'm going to do a single crochet, and then I'm going to do a front loop single crochet here, and I am going to put my stitch marker into my first one that I made just there. Now I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I find it's handy if you do your chain slightly looser. You're going to skip this one and do 2 single crochet into there, your second chain from your hook. So that's 1, and that's 2. And then in each chain down, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. I'm going to do 2 single crochet into each. So you'll do 2 single crochet into each chain all the way down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing clear enough. So I've got the start of it. I'm about halfway down. And I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm in here. I've got this one. 2 more into there. 1, 2. And 2 into here. Sorry if you can hear the races. My husband's watching the races. And 2. And then I've got 1 left just in here. It's a little bit hard to see these stitches sometimes. 1, 2, that's my last one. And then what you'll find is your tentacle curls up. That's what you want it to do. Like that, you want it to curl up. And then I'm going to single crochet front loop only into my next stitch. That kind of anchors your tentacle. And then I'm going to do a single crochet front loop only into that one. And then I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And work my 2 single crochets back into my chains. So I'll show you one more time. I'm skipping this one and I'm going into here, the second one from my hook, and doing 2 single crochets into there, 2 single crochet into my next chain, and single crochet twice into my next chain, and keep going all the way down. Sorry, it's a bit hard to show you because it is curling up, which is what it's supposed to do. I've got 2 more into there, and 2 more into the last one, 2 more into here. And then you just keep going around like that. So I'm going to push the stuffing back in. Single crochet front loop here. And then continue making my tentacles, and I will meet you back around at the start. Okay, I'm coming back with the last leg to do. So I'm just showing you again. Single crochet front loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and skip that one and doing 2 single crochet in each one all the way down, and then we will finish with a slip stitch when we get there. And then the next round, this round we've worked in the front loop only. The next round is the back loop of the stitches of the back loops that we've not done yet. So we're working into the same round essentially, but it will be called the next round. So I'm here, I'm going to take my stitch marker out and I'm going to slip stitch to that front loop only to finish that round. Now I'm just pushing that stuffing down a bit and I'm hoping you can see my back loops here that I have not worked into yet. You can see them just along here. This is where I'm working my next round. This is just to make sure, not that one, this one you can see it better on. So you can see it makes it sit flat. So this round here makes your octopus sit flat. So when you're done, they sit flat. All right, I will show you. Now I'm just doing a single crochet in each back loop all the way around. So I'm going into the back loop. Sorry, you can't see that. The back loop of that stitch that I did not work into before with a single crochet. So just in here, a back loop, single crochet. Hopefully you can see where I am going and what I mean by your back loops. So into there, pull up a loop and do a single crochet. Just into there and a single. This just helps your octopus sit flat, which is what you really want it to do. Just unrolling my yarn a bit. Now I forgot to put my stitch marker in, but I can see this is my last stitch here. And then I'm going to slip stitch into both and I'm going to go back to working into both loops only. That is where I'm going to slip stitch. Just need to pull that a bit tighter. There and then there, and I'm going to slip stitch that. I'm rushing and that's never a good thing. Take that one off. All right, now this next round, it will be my last crochet round. So if I wanted to put a bit more stuffing in, which I think I might just a little bit, I need to do that now. See how he's sitting. He seems to be sitting okay to me. He's got a little bit of a bumpy head, but that's all right. Maybe we all do. It's been a long day. Now I'm going to do a decrease in every stitch. So pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Into my next stitch, pull up a loop, into my next stitch, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 3. And I'm turning 2 stitches into 3 all the way around. So here, in, pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Pulling them tight as you go. I'm into there, so I'm going into here, pull up a loop, into here, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Now you can keep doing that, or you can cut it off here and sew in the ends. I'm going to do one more decrease. Well, actually, no, I'm still going. I need to get back to here. Another decrease. So this round is all decrease. And then I've got one more to do. 1, 2, and pull through. Pull that tight. Now you can fill a bit more if you need to. I'm happy with how full that is and how it's sitting. So I am going to close it up. I'm just going to keep decreasing. So I'm doing a decrease. Just gets tight to do your decreases. If it's too tight for you, just do it with a darning needle. Whatever is quicker, I say. And then I'm going to do one more decrease. So it's getting quite tight now. Trying to get my hook into that last one. It's a little bit on the tricky side. And then 3 loops, pull through. And then I don't have scissors on me, but I would cut that off and just weave that in, stick that in there. Just going to do that for now, and then I'll finish it in a minute with scissors. But let me show you, this is your little octopus. So he's got his 8 tentacles, 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got to sew his little butthole up. Don't look at that, that's rude. And then here he is. Nice, simple, easy, no sew pattern. Nice and quick and easy.